Okay, so this is the next cage up from there. The short E cage link is simply 7 root 2. Now we've got 6, 7 root links to 7 root 2 by the 7. Okay, and then we would have the E, the long E there, which would be over here. Okay. This is how they link. So they're heavily overlapped like that. So to make it a little easier, so we're linked by the root now. 7 root 2 links by the root, and then we link to the 2 with the D, so that we go back to the regular fifths. So this is why they're listed in fifths. This is why things are so long, because we've unraveled that linking. So these are the modal cages on top. Okay, we have the regular cages on the bottom, and notice they cycle through. Here's a full cycle of the modal cages, who's going around that big long circle we were looking at before with the cage link Lydian fourth on the top. But there's more. There's one more set. There's one more set of cages that is also a long set of cages, but they're not completely modal. At least I don't consider them. Let's look. So what do we have here? Why do we have these displaced cages here? Okay, we've got 4 sets actually, but this set is easy. So let's just get through them. So we have our normal cages here. We got the modal cages up there. We looked at that. They interleave heavily. They're heavily linked. Then we have the regular set of cages. Remember, no sharing in fifths, cage fifths. The fifth of C is G, the fifth of G is D. No sharing except for the missing frets only, the highway fret. There's a highway in between these two cages. Martin, why did you stop? Okay, there's a little fluffy humor there. I got to get out to my cats and feed Mr. Fluffy and the gang. Okay, so what we have here, what is with this set of cages now? And remember, they're all unraveled. Okay, so the 7 root 2 is going to link with what? 7 root 2 over here. Way over here we've got root 2, 3. So remember, these are also diatonic cages. Okay, they're not cage system cages. So 7 root 2 is going to link with root 2, 3. So how many cage positions is that link? If you start 7 root 2 here, where is it? Right here. 7 root 2 there. Okay, and you go up to the next one, to the C right there. Okay, and then we have our G right there, and then we have our D on top of that, the fifth of that. Then we go into the long cages 5, 6, 7, and then we have also root 2, 3. I think it's like every third cage is a cage fifth. Okay, how that works, I'll just show you briefly. So we touch on topics that are, that are supported by charts. Okay, so it's every third cage. So 7 root 2 going to 3, 4, 5. It was actually 2 cages away. Okay, so it's linked to 6, 7 root directly. Okay, so but it's 3 cages away, the way that they're linked in the diatonic cages. Okay. Okay, and of course, just the short patterns are linked with every other string shape. Every other string shape is a string shape fifth, cage system, C, skip A, G, skip E to D, etc., etc., etc. All right, so here we are again, and we're looking at this set of cages. So it's the same, it's almost the same as the regular cages, but wait a minute. This G is starting from down here on the 6th, does not include the 7th, so it's kind of like a long pattern where you could have a capo there. That's how I stumbled on the long patterns in the first place. So this G1 is going to go this far because we got 6, 7 root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, and then here we're going to go 4, 3, 4, 5, okay, because we're looking at cutting out of this this root 2, 3 pattern and cutting over to the 3 here. So this chart has the cutouts where you cut out of the pattern. Okay, did I list that somewhere? Okay, I got it in the description. If we didn't cut out of the long pattern here, okay, say we're on G here, if we didn't cut out and we want root 2, 3 and then hit the tuning where 4, 5, 6, it brings us completely into the next cage, the E cage. Not the E tri-pentatonic, but the E pentatonic cage. So if we were to list out, we wouldn't be able to go to the 5th of it. We wouldn't have room. There'd be too much overlap. And in actuality, the full patterns go in string shape 4ths. They really do. I can pull that old diagram up. Okay, I'm way up here. So this is if we don't cut out of the pattern and we just do the raw patterns here. They're going to go in 4ths. So we have C here, starting here, and this is a C extra long box, and then the 4th of C is the E box here. See, we didn't have room for, you know, for the C, the A, and the G. We have to actually skip two patterns to get back to 4ths again. So the 4th of E, okay, is the A box, okay, and the 4th of the A box is the G box over here, okay, the 4th of the A is the D box, rather, sorry, right here, and then the 4th of the D box is the G box over here. So you can see how, if we do the super long ones, how does that work? So let's look at one of these. Let's look at the A box doing the A extra long. So it's we went right into the G box there. Started out here and ended up here. We went a complete cage over. That's a nice way of doing things, and I play like that all the time, but it's out of respect for the open string, it's better to cut out of the pattern. And when we want to list these banners to do these new cages, it's better to consider a cage only as long as it has to be. Okay, so when we get to the long patterns here, let's say we're on the G pattern here, these are all patterns that are going to be longer patterns. Okay, this is a tri-pentatonic here, but no, the normal G tri-pentatonic is here, including Lone Wolf 7. This one starts here and goes up this way. This is the length of it. It's practically as long 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 5 frets because we're cutting out of the 4, 5, 6 pattern and we're going over to this 6. And we're also cutting out of the root 2, 3 pattern and going to 3, 4, 5. So we're returning to the short pattern there. Okay, the short pattern that's that is a 5th below the pattern we're starting. So we're returning to the short pattern stack. So we do the C that goes back to the G. Okay, so it's the 5th of it. We're returning to the short pattern stack as if we were just going up a pattern stack there. So that's how long those are. Okay, so we get to the D, is the same, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as usual. So say we're up against a fret nut here, and we're going to play a D pattern. we go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3.